Hello, everyone. Meteorologist Katie Nicolau here, and I have a couple of other meteorologists with me. I'll let you guys introduce yourselves, tell a little bit about yourselves, and then we'll get it right into the storm chasing stories, because Storm Stories was already taken. We're going with Chaser Chronicles. Jilliann, go for it.
Okay, so my name is Jilliann. I'm a meteorologist. I actually graduated the year after Katie from the same college, and I'm a current master's student in Texas. So, yeah, I'm here to talk about some fun stories that I've experienced along the way. So,
sweet. And Cameron, the best voice.
I keep forgetting you're from Tech right now. Yeah, I'm Cameron Nixon. I came from Texas Tech as well, and Valpo as well. So we're all interconnected.
It's a little cult.
Yeah, it is really culty. And I'm at Central Michigan University right now doing a PhD on photographs.
There you go. Yeah, and if you guys don't follow Cameron on Twitter, or even Jilliann for that matter, go follow
I'm not
them.
very active on Twitter, so I haven't posted in a year.
I'll get his photographs from you.
All right. So as you all know, we are here to talk about our storm chasing chronicles. I keep forgetting. I can't say storm stories, which is so sad. But we're going to be talking about some of the weird stuff that's happened, some of the best storms we've chased. It's a request that a lot of people have had for the past few times we've done a live. So why not? Let's take a look at what we already have here from Crazy Eyed Jedi. Thanks for watching. Always loved when a tornado get near Wichita, Kansas. They switched to Topeka, Kansas because of the umbrella effect of the radar. Isn't it fun figuring out the radar network? That's always one of the struggles for sure. But thanks for joining. All right, so let's talk about just some of the weird stuff that's happened, because we all went on the Valparaiso University storm chases that they had in the summer, convective field studies, because it's more proper. And when you tell people you're on a convective field study, they don't kick you out of their hotel. So yeah, oh gosh, we have a ton of people watching. JH, how's it going? Katie, have you chased any tornadoes near Sioux City? One, it was in Ida Grove. It was my first tornado chase, and we got it live on air. I was so happy. And then we also have Jim Henry. Hi, y'all. Never been in a tornado, but I have seen a water spout. Hey, that's better than me. I haven't seen any water spouts.
Ditto.
Me neither.
I know.
I've tried so many times off of those. How many of those Indiana Jones trips did you go with us on, Katie? Do you remember those?
Gosh, I went on like 2. We're trying to go water spout chase.
There were more than that, and busted every time.
Oh, it was so sad. Jillian, did you ever go on any of those?
No, I didn't. I don't think I was there for them. So,
you didn't miss anything.
I just had no idea what I was doing because I was so overwhelmed with the first semester.
That was largely after your time too, or before your time.
Oh my gosh, yeah. And then they have the Aurora Borealis chases that never panned out. So,
hey, one of them did.
Oh, I wasn't on that one.
That was one that like no one went to.
Oh, that's so sad, and that's always how it happens.
Yeah.
Well, I figure if you guys don't mind, I have one to start. Storm chasing chronicle. This is from my first ever chase, and that is a beefed up horse. In case you can't tell, that horse. We were the last car in our caravan. On these storm chases, we usually take 4 or 5. Sometimes white vans that just drive down roads, and we're led by a big old Ram truck. They all went, and for some reason we were staying like a mile behind them, and this horse walked into the road and it just stood there. It stared us in the eye. We were honking. It was not moving. So myself and all these people I didn't know, because I was a freshman. I knew no one. They elected that I would be the one to go out and get the horse to move. And so I went and I walk up to the horse. I was like, shoo. It was looking at me. I will never forget. It just had this dead stare. It was just like, what do you think? You're going to try and make me move? And I was like, I don't know what to do. And we, of course, have a tornado-warned storm behind us. You see the blue skies in front. There was a storm coming. And so eventually I just kind of like went up and I touched it. I was like, move. And it moved off the road. But then, of course, we're like, crap, it's going to get hit by a car, and then we're going to see a sad story. So we ended up calling 911. All the while, our chase vehicles are way miles ahead of us, and our professor, Bart.
Call 911.
We did call 911. We were like, we don't know what the heck to do.
Where was this?
I think this one was in South Dakota. Because this is a chase where nothing happened. It was miles. They were like, what do you want us to do about it? And we were like, good point. And so we just there was a house nearby, so we just kind of watched it meander that way. We were like, not our problem, and we left. But Bart, our professor Bart, he came on the radio. He was like, where the heck are you guys? And we're like, so you won't believe us if we tell you.
There's been a horse traffic jam.
Yeah, right on the I-2. Just the horse. It was a full stop, and we just didn't know what to do. It was, and no one believed us until we showed them the picture. They're like, "Yeah, sure, you took a wrong turn." It's like, no, we actually watched.
There's like 8 puns on the tip of my tongue, but I can't come up with anything.
Yeah. So, well, I totally just forgot. How many chases did you guys actually go on with Bart and the summer chases?
Well, I was supposed to have gone on 3, but then it got canceled last May because of the pandemic. So I only went on 2.
Here.
And I went on the 3.
Okay.
So you're the only one that went on 4, Katie.
I'm the favorite. I went on 4. I won one of the 2. Well, I guess it wasn't win. I earned. That sounds pretentious, but I got the spot my freshman year with another one in the freshman, and I wasn't actually supposed to go my junior year, but then someone either got like deathly ill, which always happens, or dropped out, and yeah, I got to go on all 4. Nice. It's my favorite.
Did any of ours overlap then? Were you on like the Leote one?
No, you were the first chase, right?
Yeah. Were you okay? So in 2017, were you on like the that wasn't really productive. Like we had that big supercell near like Oakley. I don't think our chases overlapped.
I don't think we did. No, because you guys had the early summer chase that one year and actually had nothing, and then all of a sudden 5 tornado days in a row.
That was productive.
So mad.
Yeah, we just walked out. 2015 was like that too. This is like bandana. But
oh gosh. Well, hey, we got a couple more. Oh yeah, a lot of people watching. Hello to everyone. Yeah, that's a true statement. It's depressing.
You may be slightly landlocked, just a little bit.
Yeah. I think, Jillian, you're closer to water because you're in Texas. You can just go to the ocean.
Well, not that. I meant like because I'm from Michigan, so I like grew up going to the lakes, and so I don't know how I never saw a water spout with how much time we vacationed in West Michigan. It was, I'm shocked that I never saw one, but yeah, Texas, I'm slightly landlocked here as well, but it's still like a 8-hour drive to get to the Gulf.
Yeah, I was gonna say Lubbock is far from me. Like, couldn't possibly get to Texas.
Gosh, I remember this one time at band camp. We always did band camp at Hope College, which is up in Holland, Michigan. It's right near the where there that side, or is it? Whichever one looks right. Yeah, that one. Notice how my fingers instinctively separated. It's a nerd thing. But yeah, it's right over here. And they actually had a water spout. Actually, I think it was like 3 were reported, and we were on the band field and we had to leave, and it was sad. But I couldn't go and chase, which was also sad. Ooh, here we go. Still remember the Pilger twin tornadoes and the storm entering the Sioux City Metro, and everything got green. I'm not sure if one touched down Dakota County or Union County. For those of you who don't know, I'm the meteorologist in Sioux City right now, so the morning meteorologist. And technically, since my chief just left for the weekend, I'm the highest ranking official at our station. So the head just goes a little bit more inflated. But have you guys heard about the Pilger tornado?
I don't think I have, but
tornadoes.
Of course, I have.
Yeah. They were they were sister EF4s that happened. I think it was 2016. I want to say
14. That one supercell produced oh crap, either 4 or 5. I'm gonna go with 4 on the conservative side. Violent tornadoes, and like the only tornadoes that produced were violent.
That's insane.
And like it got to a point where like the 2 were like next to each other, and they literally did like a Fujiwara around each other because cool stuff. Fancy language.
Speaking of cool stuff, this is not going to be a good transition because I don't have it loaded up already. Just wait 10 seconds as I figure this out. This picture, I think, is probably the best picture I've ever taken. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? You can do it. Boom.
Yeah.
This was a barber pole storm. I think we chased it for 8 hours?
A long time. It was like Colorado to like central Nebraska or something like that.
And our hotel was in Kansas.
Yeah.
I'm jealous. That is the one supercell.
No, it wasn't in Kansas. It was in Nebraska still.
Well, we still had to drive a couple of
Yes,
hours.
we did.
Yeah, no, that one, I remember distinctly Bart said, yeah, you'll never see another storm like this again.
No, yeah. Yeah, I remember standing in the field, and he's like, "This is a once in a lifetime experience," and I was like, "Well, I'm glad I'm here then."
Yeah.
How quickly did that go from like 0 to like 80? Because like from what I heard, like it looked like garbage until it didn't, and then it was just mind blowing.
well, probably like maybe less than an hour, I'd say.
Yeah, because we were traveling in through Nebraska, and then we stopped a couple of times because there was a couple of shelf clouds that Bart's like, oh, let's just stop and look at these or whatever. And then we just kept following it or something like that. And then Bart's like, oh, it looks kind of cool. Let's just pull off on the side of the road here and see what it does. And then it just kept getting closer and closer, and it just started to look more and more like amazing. And then Bart started freaking out slightly, and then he was like, "This is amazing! You'll never be able to see this again in your life." And I was like,
I wish I could. Yeah. Like, I wish I could have seen Bart like more than I could this storm.
If you want to hear something about Bart, let's get this transition down. Jillian, you know this story well because it happened our 2019 chase.
Okay.
Sounds
Well, I don't think Bart watches my channel. Let's just
yes.
Here we go. Apologies, I can't control the sound. This actually happened. That was a truck while we were sitting taking pictures of the sunset that drove off of the road. And this is verbatim what actually happened. Bart's the guy in the front seat. I'm the driver.
Yeah, that's definitely what you said.
Absolutely. And so we're talking on the radio back to the people back behind us. Everyone's pulling out our phones. And these dudes just drove into a ditch. It wasn't even raining. And of course, there's the realization we're going to have to get them. He's gunning it at this point. And Bart's just praying. But here's where it really got bad, because they actually got out of the ditch and they started coming towards us. Oh man. Oh, it was so bad. So bad. And so now we're thinking, we find the guy. I point out we got the camera actually working for the first time in years.
Didn't we get a GoPro? David got a GoPro.
Oh yeah.
And got rid of the old ones so that it would actually you'd actually be able to get the video off of it.
Oh yeah. We pulled the SD card. I was like, you better send that to me.
I just remember because we pulled off because we were looking at Mamatis, and this cute little old couple just drives up to David's van, and they're like, oh, what are you guys doing? And we're like, oh, we're looking at the clouds and stuff like that. And they're like, okay, just be careful, that type of thing. And they just, I can't remember if they turned around and left or if they kept driving. And then another truck pulls up, and David thought it was them again, but it was two dudes, and they were sitting, and they had open beers in their consoles with like a couple of packs in the back seat still, and like they started driving, like, because David was at the back, and started driving forward, and David like jumps into the van and is like, I think these guys have had a few to drink. We might want to watch them. And then I think it was not even like 5 seconds later, they just went right in the ditch. Because I think they were trying to turn around, but they were very, either slightly or very inebriated, and just like tried to do a U-turn, but they went too far. So, and then, yeah, Bart's commentary on that was just like chef's kiss. It was amazing.
Oh my gosh, I loved it. Now, Cameron, were you ever in a car with Bart?
I was not ever. No, I never had that privilege.
When we get that alumni chase,
I wasn't either, Katie.
Huh.
Yeah,
oh right, you weren't navigator, were you?
No. That was too much pressure for me.
That for me.
Yeah. Oh gosh. Well, with the chases, I think a lot of people they don't realize you are driving for hours on a whim that something will happen, and so your car is like your family at that point, and you hate them at the end. That's why it's a family. You just want to get out. No, just kidding. But no, there are a lot of cars in the chase, and you switch them out occasionally, and you get new people, but you find the little sects that people join. Mm-hmm. Now, speaking of the cars, Jillian and Cameron, I pointed in the wrong direction. You'd think working on a green screen, I'd know this by now. Did you guys ever have to deal with the police on a storm chase?
I mean, the pineapples.
Yes, pineapples are the code word. When you're talking on the hand radio, you don't want the cops to know you're talking about them. So we call them pineapples. And if they have their lights on, they're flaming pineapples.
We had one experience. I'm not going to name names at all, but there's some times where we were going pretty speedy, and not my car, not me. But we did get pulled over anyway. So, but yeah, those are just hassles you got to deal with. Like it's
one of those things where
really going that fast.
Yeah, it's one of the things where if there's a tornado coming at you, you kind of go for whatever speed you'll get away at. Yeah, Jillian, how about you?
Well, I have one that's like, I think you had to have been on that chase, Katie, because you were on both chases that I went on. I can't remember. It was the day we went to Wakita, because we were talking about Wakita 2.0 in the car. And so that was my first chase, I think, or was it the second chase? No, it was the first chase.
First chase, yeah.
And my first chase. And then we were driving through some tiny little town, and we had the day off because there wasn't really anything happening near where we were, and so we took the day off, and we were driving, and we're talking about like our fictional Wakita 2.0, and we're driving through this tiny little town, and we get to like a 4-way stop intersection, and a cop is like at that intersection, and he ends up in between like our caravan, so like I think he was in between like chase 2 and 3, and
get a pineapple sandwich.
Yeah, it was a pineapple sandwich. I was like, yeah, because we referred to it as pineapple sandwich. And as soon as it was like literally there was a sign on the side of the road that says you are leaving so-and-so county. He pulled in, turned around, and watched us leave his county. So we're pretty sure that he was like, I don't want you guys here, and like escorted us out of the county. Like we're like 99% sure that's what was happening there.
I think the exact words we used were the pineapple has fallen or reached the edge of the cutting board.
I forgot about that. And then the other one was the chase in 2019, and it didn't involve us at all, but we were traveling, and I want to say it was in like Missouri or Oklahoma. And we're like, I want to say it was Missouri because it was really like the roads were really windy. And so we were traveling along, and there was like a gold Dodge Caliber that was just like going all over the place on the road. And so David gets on the CB and he's like, oh, just watch out for this dude. He's being really like shady. I don't know what he's doing. Like, he's speeding up, slowing down, like trying to I think he was trying to mess with Chase 5 or something. And then we're just like, then he just goes like speeding by us, probably, I mean, the speed limit was probably like 70, and he probably is going like 90 plus
Easily
past us. And so like we're talking about him, and we're like, oh, he's going pretty fast or whatever. And then all of a sudden on the other side, like we were going, I think westbound, and on the eastbound lane, a cop is coming, and he just turns around. He just drives right into the median, right into the ditch, turns around and goes after that car. And so then we were driving, when we finally, because he did pull him over, and when we passed, we were all like clapping for the cops when he pulled him over as we passed the car.
I think David even picked up the radio, and he was like, "Thank you."
Yeah. So I don't know if we were accidentally on like a wavelength that they were on or something like that, and they heard it, or I don't know what was happening, but it was very entertaining, like 20 minutes.
Oh my gosh, it was incredible. Now, question for Cameron. Were you on the chase where we all went to Mount Rushmore?
I did. No.
Because I seem to recall there's one chase. It might have just been a regular old chase that we went on with.
I went there with Tech, but not with you guys.
Uh-oh, Katie froze.
Uh-uh.
Oh no! Oh
No!
There we go. There we go. This happened last week or a couple weeks ago too.
If I disappear, Jillian, you're in charge. Cameron, you're second in command.
Oh God! Yeah, what if my internet fails?
Cameron, it's your show. Oh my gosh! But I remember something about you and turtles for some reason, Cameron.
That was definitely a thing, but I don't think that was that serious. Oh no! I think that was. Yeah, I had been driving, but I guess it was just a running joke where I just creamed a few turtles, more than a few turtles.
Oh man!
Bad about it. Don't worry, I felt really bad about it.
We gave you so much crap, but I remember there was one chase. I think one car hit an armadillo. My car, I personally ran over a tarantula in Oklahoma that had meandered onto the road.
I remember we're at least one of the chases I was on, like we were a total like bird magnet. Like we were just like smacking birds out of the sky left and right.
We hit a pheasant.
Oh yeah, that's what it was. Because I was like, wasn't there one of the chases where we were keeping track and like there was a number involved in like one of the vehicles, and every time you hit like an animal or a bird, we deducted a number or something like that. So it was like, I can't remember what the number was. But it was like every time somebody hit something in that car, it became like 2 or then like 3 and then 2 and then 1 because they kept hitting things.
I think it might have been my car because
that's what I thought it was.
This was a fat pheasant. This thing was a chunk. And I just think I was driving the Ram, which is our lead vehicle with Garner.
Oh, right. I forgot about that.
It's on the side of the road. There's an open field right off to the side. This thing could not get lift. And so we're driving. It was on the shoulder. It would have been fine. It flies up and just goes, yeah, I feel like dying. And we clipped it with the front of the hood. It rolled back, hit the windshield, and flew back.
That thing is huge damage. Like I swear we had like damage to like a mirror or something in the bird once.
Oh my gosh. Well, you want to talk about damage?
I have a story for that.
Yes. Ooh. Is it the one that I'm thinking about with duct tape?
Probably. Yes.
The one that accompanies this picture?
Yes. The lines are so clean on it. They did such a good job.
I can just hear Bart saying $500 deductible.
Yeah.
Exactly. This was a sacrificial van, so if like we had hail, this is the one we were sending it into because he's like, it's all gonna get covered under that $500 deductible, so it's going in. But this happened in Colorado, right? We were in Colorado.
You were chasing like a high base storm and it was just hailing like mad. And it was chaser convergence.
Yes.
For those of you who aren't familiar with it, there's a lot of chasers out there nowadays. And they all crowd one freaking road. Yeah. Oh, it was bad.
Yeah, I don't think we ever found out if it was hail or if it was a stone.
No, we were on. Oh, go ahead.
We were traveling down the road, and then I think David's car, which was this one, was slightly behind the rest of us. And so he was like just enough out of range where like his voice was cutting out like every 2 words. And so all you heard was, Bart, back window's broken. And then it was like, you know, it was so choppy, and Bart's like,
glass everywhere.
What happened? Or it was, glass everywhere. And then Bart's like, wait, what happened? What happened? And so we had to pull over at this janky gas station to find something to cover the window. And we just like covered it in duct tape. And it was it was Sunday, but it was the Sunday before Memorial Day. So all the enterprises were closed. And there was nothing around us for like ever. And so we couldn't like trade the van in at all. And then we just kind of like took advantage of it and put a 5 on it because that was chase 5. So
and the thing is, that was just maybe halfway through the chase. We went almost the entire other half of the chase with that duct tape.
Yeah, because it would have been almost a week, and it was like I think it was day 6.
Yeah.
But we went the rest of like the 4 or 5 days and with it on there. So it was a little soggy by the time we got back.
Let's put it this way. They had duct tape on the inside. They put a cardboard sheet in the middle. Then they put duct tape on top of it. By the end of the chase, after all the rain that we went through, it was something you would have seen on Dr. Pimple Popper. It was like a cyst on the side of the car. It was just saggy. You could go up and poke it. It would move.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was an experience. That's for sure.
Oh my god.
Have you ever though had to change a flat tire in front of a tornado before?
No.
The Leogi chase, that 2016 one, we literally had a flat tire while there was a tornado on the ground.
Oh,
and the supercell, the tornado was stationary, so it wasn't moving, so we could just take all the time we wanted. It was the most surreal experience that I've ever been.
Oh my
Did this happen on a dirt road? Is that why Bart's so paranoid of dirt roads?
Oh yeah. Well, no, that wasn't the reason, but like it's a byproduct. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I think the other reason might have to do with I know you were on this chase, Jillian. A certain church with a grass parking lot.
I have pictures of that somewhere.
Oh my gosh, that was so bad.
It was bad.
Off. There was like a supercell that had maybe it was like quarter-size hail to golf
something
ball
like
size?
that. And Bart was like, "Let's do it. Let's go get rolled. Let's do this.
Let's get it on."
We just like pulled into the church parking lot, and he was like, "Oh, like," and people started parking on the grass, and he like signed off on it. He's like, "Oh yeah, this is fine," and yeah, it wasn't fine.
No, we got so stuck.
Two out of the 2 vans got stuck. Out of the 5 vehicles, 2 of them got stuck, and then we got one out, but the other one like refused to budge. But it was also, I was in another van, and I'm watching this from a distance, and it's because like the front tires had gone into the dirt, and they were pushing from the back. And so it was basically just pushing it into the ground more. And I rolled down my window, and I was like, "Guys, you have to push from the other side. You can't push it from the back." And so there was probably 7 or 8 people pushing on the front of this van to get it out. And like, there's mud splattered all up the side of the van.
Drenched.
But I thought Bart was going to be mad, but he had the time of his life. He's like, "How stupid of us was that?" He's like, "I even signed up on that." He's like, "I was perfectly fine with parking on the grass." And he's like, "What is wrong with us?" And he's like, "That was kind of fun though." It's like, okay, whatever.
We got one of the best quotes for the t-shirts that we make at the back at the end of the chase.
Yes.
And it was, I think it was Bart who said it?
Yes.
He said, we're just going to give it a little love tap from the ram. And so he pulled the ram around and pushed it out with the...
They were going to try to, like, bump the back to try to get it to push out. But I think they realized, before they did it, that it might not end well. So, but yeah, Bart, who was the driver? Was it Aaron was the driver on that chase? I think it was.
Yeah.
And so he was pulling up, and then Bart's like, okay, we're just gonna give it a little love tap from the ram and see if we can get it out. And
dead.
Yeah, it didn't work.
Now, speaking of the chase with Aaron, I am on a roll with these transitions. You know where I'm going with this, Jillian.
I do.
And Cameron, I think you can eat your heart out with this one. This was in front of our caravan. This is a picture from the last car in our caravan.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to, where'd it go? Oh my gosh, I'm running out of tabs. Oh my gosh. Holy cow, why do I have so many tabs? There we go. Okay, so if you zoom in right there, so that's chase number 4. I was in that one. There's chase number 3. And then 2 and 1 are just in the flash of the lightning strike.
That literally went between all of them.
Oh, yeah. No, and it exploded the road.
Well,
which was insane.
Didn't we come to the conclusion that it hit it hit the mile marker and went through the rebar in the road and exploded a hole up through the the concrete or something? I can't remember what it was.
Yeah, it was exactly that, because it rather than implode, it literally chunks of asphalt went flying. Yeah, and there was it looked like something out of Hollywood.
It was. I can't remember if I was in your car that day or which car I was in, but I remember I was in the back seat because it was my first chase. So and we were headed to the hotel or something like that. And I was just looking at something on my phone. So I had my head down, and all of it was just a loud explosion sound. And I was like, what was that? And Bart's and somebody said something about a lightning strike, and everybody's he was like, get off the CBs, don't touch the CBs.
Through the CB radio. Oh, no, it was 5 minutes outside of our hotel in Goodland, Kansas. Amazing Holiday Inn Express, by the way. Gorgeous. But the guy who was the lead driver was Aaron, Cameron, Aaron Meaner. He was in the Ram truck, which was the closest by far to this. And I believe it goes, we got to the hotel, he went inside and vomited.
Yeah.
It was,
he was
gnarly.
Shaking. He was shaking.
Oh my gosh. And I think that night, a couple of people, we all ordered a pizza, or we ordered pizza, and a couple of people went out and got some drinks. It was bad.
And then we proceeded to watch. They let us use their conference room, and we proceeded to watch Twister in their conference room with all of the shades up, because the lightning was just, as you can see, it was great.
Oh, so it was nuts.
It was just streaking across the sky. And so we were watching Twister while all that was happening. So that was fun.
It was incredible.
Was this taken at night, that shot?
Yeah.
Was it night? It was it was after that chase. It wasn't quite night yet, but it wasn't fully dark yet, but it was in the early afternoon, I think.
Duskish?
Something like that.
Yeah. So it illuminated it quite nicely.
I was gonna say.
Oh gosh. Well, this has been half an hour, and I think we've barely scratched the surface on this. So if you guys ever want to come back and we can do this again, heck, sometime during chase season, probably going to accumulate some more stories. So yeah, thank you guys for coming on.
Yeah, no problem.
Oh, I see one more comment I want to talk about. Better than being stopped by geese. There's a quote that is also on the back of a t-shirt.
Oh, yes.
All they do is lay cigars and hiss.
Yes.
And that's all I can think about when I think of geese.
Yes.
Also, poor Cameron, you're being obscured. But yes. Oh my gosh. Also, you got JH saying, what do you like about forecasting in Sioux City? You get everything, as I've found out. except for tornadoes.
Apparently.
Better do something this year. Oh gosh, but yes, thank you guys for stopping by. And who knows, if people like this, we might do it again. Leave it in the comments if you really enjoyed this, and of course, follow you guys. What are your Twitter ats, or what kind of pages can they follow to keep up to date with you guys?
Cameron J. Nixon.
I think I don't post a lot on Twitter, so I think it's JDo420. But I don't post a lot on Twitter, so there's not much to see.
No worries. And you guys can always find me, weather_Katie. And hopefully, yeah. Love this. Alan, thank you so much. Hi, Katie et al. That's some published paper humor. Give me flashbacks. But yeah, thank you guys all so much for joining. If you're watching this on the replay, thank you for watching us on the replay. And we'll be seeing you guys around soon. Hopefully everything goes well for you guys, and who knows, maybe we can all go on a chase again sometime.
That'd be fun.
Do it.
All right. Bye, everyone.
Peace.